baffles me how much they can buff one Warframe. Although the Dante buff is very indirect, but it can be indirect, it's still a humongous buff for him. For Dante, I already made a ton of videos, but this one really deserves one more. I honestly do think that he's one of the best Warframes, like best. Good for the team, good for your own sake, insane. He can make everything work, every weapon, he can make companions to be a deadly Armageddon weapons. So yeah, that's why I made so many videos for him. I will link you one of them in top right corner now. And let's quickly go around why he got so much more broken after the Exalted Weapon rework. And it's obviously the rework for our Exalted Weapons, giving them the Arcane slot. Normally NOCTUA was never a thing for me. Like, I have Mesa, I have Titania, there are way more fun things for a secondary Exalted. But when you don't consider this Exalted Weapon as a weapon that you're gonna use, but you're still gonna benefit from it, well, that's how the whole different viewpoint opens. Cause see, this thing can be buffed via Dante abilities. Light Verse into Dark Verse gives us a buff called Ward Warden, which gives us a version of NOCTUA as a buff. It's a very simple thing, you just do 2, you do 3, you do 4, and you get your NOCTUA as a buff. And NOCTUA will help you, assisting you with every type of damage you're gonna do. Sending some shots from whatever you do, either you use your primary or melee, the NOCTUA will be there to assist you. But the best thing about it is the fact that all the arcanes apply on this NOCTUA. So basically you don't even need the NOCTUA itself, you can have Helmet like I do, like I have Roar, over it and still have all the benefits from it. Since Dante isn't a frame that you can ever Helmet over any other ability than his number 1. I mean, you can of course, but it makes literally zero sense and you're just nerfing him, since you're gonna disable most of his toolkit. But yeah, so whenever you have your NOCTUA, it will always assist you with any kind of damage. So you can either prime with it, get hit procs from it to get even more damage with status. You can do whatever you really want on the NOCTUA, but it will always work from your NOCTUA buff. I'm not entirely sure how it works on the teammates, because I didn't really care, since it's as broken as possible on its own solo, so I really focus only on this part. But it's more than obvious that you can only empower your allies with it. I just don't know how many benefits out of the solo stuff you get that will remain from the buffs on your allies. It can only help, and that's the main point. For you, you should focus on all what it can give it to you on its own. And of course the first main synergy is secondary Encumber, which will make us explode in terms of ability strength and ability efficiency due to one of the newest arcanes, which is Arcane Impetus. Unique status effects from abilities grant +6 ability strength and +3% to ability efficiency for 20 seconds. And as you know, this counts as ability even when you use it normally like an Exalted Weapon. And secondary Encumber does one obvious thing, gives you possibility of having all of the status effects. So now, let's just take a look at it. Let's get our NOCTUA buff up. Swap to our normal Grimoire, called NOCTUA for me, I changed the name. And let's see how many stacks we're gonna get. And how many is pretty simple, we're gonna get 13 max, which is 78 ability strength for free. I sent my Nidus out already to get as much ability strength as I can. It might take a while to proc all of the elements, even though I'm helping it with Archon continuity. We have 13 now, so let's Void Sting strength, send the NOCTUA again for some extra ability strength. And our roar is at 206%. This is just insane. This is just so much power. Like, you can't even imagine. Let's see how our abilities scale like this. So, let's start with the ultimate things. For our Page Flight, which debuffs the status vulnerability and status damage increase, that's another 327 with our 208 roar. So let's just do 2 times 2 3 and 1 4. Yeah, I wonder how many 3s they can survive, so I can press that in the 4th ability to explode it. Not that many, but yeah. So basically, every time you press your Dark Verse 2 times, you can press Tragedy Verse to explode the status immediately, and that's always gonna result now in heavy fat millions. And you will never drop off your Impetus buff because it applies slash so it instantly refreshes the duration fully. Without roar, damage significantly lower. That's why having so much percent on roar is just insanity on its own. Take a look at my overguard and remember that fact that all this ability strength gives you even more overguard cap, which is amazing, especially that this overguard is regenerating, keeping Dante and the whole fucking team alive forever. So now let's do one simple trick I used already in my other videos, which is swapping to Paris, which is our status chance stacker, and we're using our Hurasku bro with this build on the claws. This build on the Huras. I need to get some Omniformas because, as you can see, there's not enough capacity in that one empty slot. But it doesn't matter because it's broken, and I think I will even struggle to get my NOCTUA stacks up. So let's precast everything now. Let's see if I can... Nope. Nope, the pet already kills all of them. So yeah. In the normal mission, that doesn't last as long as these guys do. You will easily get even more power for the pet, but giving this pet roar is just brutal. Now we... Oh, and the game lags, and we do 233 million on the first attempt with our expiring. And that's all thanks to our pet getting stupid amount of buffs to his hit from the claws. So, yeah. Getting all that efficiency and ability strength to get roar over twice as much as he just had is just insane. The pet is fully capable of soloing the game for you on Dante without even breaking a sweat. And remember that we have combos of mods like Momentous Bond, 120 extra damage from a random element after killing Eximus, or we can use Ceramic Dagger and Tandem Bond to constantly have some extra combo points from the initial combo points that our Ceramic Dagger got. And then when we spend the heavy attack, we hit something, we get 30% damage multiplied by our combo multiplier, which is just, it's insane how strong this pet can be the final boss of the game. I swear to God, you can buff him so hard that it's hard to put in words. And having access to 200 plus roar so easily is just putting the last nail into the coffin on enemies like that. So let's use this build to field test, and I can level him meanwhile, since the Omniforma is literally all I needed ever, so I can put Omniforma on every slot on this guy, because why not? We're still using the same claws loadout for him and same damage loadout for him. I'm just gonna get my Omniforma done on him, because why not? So I can level him meanwhile as well. And fuck me, I clicked cancel accidentally. And that slot was obviously for our Hunter command to get more damage on targets affected by Slash. Paris Prime for the status stack, Noctua for the extra ability strength and our alternate fire, and Praedos for the mobility. Madurai of course for even more ability strength. So here we in the mission, the pet already cleans everything for us. We're gonna get some energy, get the Nidus to make it as obnoxious as humanly possible. We're gonna get our first roar after we get the ability strength here. Get our overguard. Get our other buffs so we can stack our impetus. And we just basically wait for the pet to do everything for us. So, not to mention that I can do this to enemies at all times. Well, the pet is completely enough for me not to have to do that. Let's try to explode some pet damage over time status effects. Now, oh, look at that damage cap. Easy damage cap from the pet damage status damage. Just Dante in a nutshell. We should start attacking some of them, so our impetus starts stacking. Maybe with Paris. We still have so much power that Paris should be killing. Everything just explodes from the pet damage. It's hard for me to kill them because the pet is just breaking them. Dude. It's even before I stacked my impetus, so that's how broken Dante was from the get-go. Everything's dying. I mean, I need to rebuff my Noctua. The fact I can also buff in here is just crazy. But I think the normal Grimoire gonna be better for getting that status effects. Hopefully before the pet comes and kills all of them. Let's go back here. Send the alternate fire for fun. We are at 6 stacks. Without pet it would be faster, all I can tell you. Pet is just killing every target we can get the stacks on. But 11 is already like fine, I guess. So let's get the alternate fire again. Where is the pet? Here you go. Have a nice roar. 182. But I didn't really care to get all the stacks. Let's get our verse ready. Oh, everything died here. Where is the pet? Hit these, please. Ah, they died immediately before I could get the tragedy on them. Same here. Fuck. Now I got it. I think, at least. Let's get our overguard to the full. But we need to get the Madurai. Both cast speed and strength for it. Now we get the NOCTUA strength. Nidus also linked us. 91k. Perfect. Let's see a bit of our own damage. Lovely millions. We're gonna let the pet kill the acolyte. Because of course it's the most fun way for it. We still didn't get our stack. Oh, I forgot to rebuff the Noctua, my god. And the status rebuff from the page flight. Come on, Noctua, proc those 2 elements I don't have yet. 900 million tick from the pet, I guess. I don't even know what does all this damage at the moment, but doesn't matter what does it. What matters is this damage is on point. Look my kills, by the way, and I'm just trolling around. Fuck, I need to get... Oh, come on, let me expire the status on them. Hit them, pet. Ah, I did it too early. I really wanna get the expire on them. Oh, go pet. Kill him. Fuck him up for me. Oh my god. So yeah, that's the first synergy. Giving a pet 200% roar. Oh, 1.5 bill on that octopus. How much this guy gonna take? Oh, he adapted to slash. Rip. Doesn't matter really. Still getting hit billions. Okay, let's try to hit them. I don't know if it spreads or not. I'm just... too early. And remember, you can always just do this on your own. 2 casts into 4. The power is on point on this build. So, for the second main synergy on our Noctua is of course Blast build, whenever you wanna use it as a damage thing. So, secondary Enervate plays a big role here for the critical strike chance, which... just let me show you how it looks like. So I of course had to put my pet away, because he would be killing everything for me, but I just use Paris, since it's not very damageful weapon. And let's see how our Noctua can do. So that's basically them dying quite AFK style to the blast explosions that re-trigger it. They trigger from all the hits we do, so... Go Noctua. I think I need to find a weapon that I have Riven with negative damage. Honestly, this twin Kochmax looks very nice. So let's use those. Kill the rest of them. Rebuff. First the Noctua buff, now the page flight for the status, of course. We still have impetus, I didn't change anything. Does it trigger it? It does trigger it. So I'm doing 0 damage myself. So all the damage you see is Noctua's damage. Doesn't matter if I shoot them in the light, it's just exploding. I mean, that is just like one small buff that you will add to your whole toolkit. Like, I'm using weapon with 0 damage just to show you how much damage that thing does now. So getting Arcane Impetus is quite nice, but even though we have it and we don't have stacks, it doesn't really matter, and that's what I mean with how broken Dante already was. To get indirect buffs is just crazy for me. Yeah, the status vulnerability is going wild as well. 900k explode. Go, NOCTUA, don't make me flow to them. I'm gonna prime them too hard for you. I use this Kohmak as a primer because it's project, like, it's hit scan, so it primes without doing damage. So that's also a good weapon to recommend to you guys. This is insane. With the merciless gunfight, it's also like punching through them. Let's see that. I mean, so much damage from just a buff. And by the way, this buff, I don't know how it will exactly work, but if it will work the same way, you buff your allies with it as well. So basically you're just gonna be like a guardian angel for everyone playing Dante, getting the most obnoxious damage output. But I'd recommend you using secondary Encumber and the pet loadout, since it's just ridiculous how it works together. Although this combo of NOCTUA and Enervate plus this Zata's loadout can be much more fun if you wanna rely only on the NOCTUA to make it obnoxious. This is just straight up Zata's with full RP strength and duration, so as you can see the range is gone. So using the Darkverse kinda loses its point with this kind of range. All that matters is to buff ourselves and enjoy the Zatas and NOCTUA combo. For this I'm gonna be using Scourge Prime to just throw the alternate fire and enjoy the work of those things put together. We're gonna respawn them, rebuff real quick. And well, all we do is throw the Scourge and wait for the blast procs. And now our game's being played on its own for us. Science Blast procs the NOCTUA. We can just read the NOCTUA meanwhile on Dante, just chill and wait. Gotta rethrow it again from time to time. But, well, I have our even that removes most of the damage from it, so I can just shoot. Let's see how much the Scourge on its own does. 2 damage, the whole 2 points of damage. So since our Scourge Prime is so broken with the 2 points of damage, let's redo the build a little bit to get the full benefit of just proccing the blast so we can get NOCTUA to shoot more often. I'm forced to remove the Riven because it only lowers the damage on Scourge, since I swapped the Forma here and it's still not enough and I want as much status as I can possibly get. And I just finish it off with the high voltage. The build looks like this now, you can pause if you need, but our status went to 98.7 blast. It's more chance to proc the blast than without this, and electric procs headshot, so that's good for our primary crooks. Rebuff this, let's see how fast we're gonna get the primary crooks as well. Well, quite easy since it magnets the bullets to the heads, but not really from what I see. And that trolls me. Let me respawn them real quick. Now I have stacked for the headshots and for the status chance, which is the most important from the primary crooks. And now it's way more blasty, so it's way faster overall. But it's better if we just shoot on our own, because NOCTUA can go quite fast with how it shoots. But what Scourge makes is this bullet attractor to the heads, which will of course gives us tenfold the damage. Let's do one more clean go on them. Throw the Scourge. Are we headshotting them? Go, NOCTUA. But all in all, I still prefer to have Roar, because that lets me just always use the same loadout everywhere I go on Dante. So I'm just gonna personally keep playing with Roar and the companion loadout. Let's take a look how would our Dante look like if he was a melee enthusiast. Let's buff up everything and use our Twin Cogmat to debuff. No, this guy's dead. Maybe I can hit this guy without combo points. 8.7 mil. First attack, the weaker one, 1 mil. Problem is I can't really prime them because they die into the NOCTUA, so it still does a lot of damage even if it's an nervate, so okay, never mind. No point to be a melee Dante when the stuff is dying before you can do big melee damage. Yeah, but that would be all from me for now, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, comment, share and subscribe, and as always, see you on the next one.